Hello everyone. Okay, so our media studies lesson today is going to focus on something called semiotics. So don't be put off by the strange sounding word. Actually, it's quite simple and it's probably the most important part of media studies. So, as you know, so far media studies is the study of media. So we get to look at lots of films, TV shows, newspapers, magazines, websites, all those things. But when we look at these things, we need to use semiotics. So, semiotics is actually just the study of signs. Okay, so media texts are made up of lots of different things, lots of different ingredients, aren't they? From props to sound effects to dialogue to special effects to different styles of writing to colour to music, lots of different things. And these things are commonly known as signs. So, as media studies students, it's worth just thinking about signs as being like the ingredients of a film or a film trailer or a TV show. And as media studies students, it's our job to denote and connote, i.e., to identify what those signs are. So, basically, just tell me what you see and what you hear in various media texts. But more importantly, what they connote, what they make you think or feel, and what meanings do they have. Okay, so as you read through these slides, it should become quite clear. So, as an example, we have this example here. So, what we have here is a rose. Right, so I've denoted that. I've described what I could see. So, if I was to see a rose pop up in a film, I'd say, it's a rose. That's a sign. More importantly, if I see a rose in a film, what does it mean? Well, normally when we see someone with a red rose in their hand in a film, it makes us think of certain things, doesn't it? It makes us think of like Valentine's Day and love and beauty and nature and passion and romance. And we typically see this type of sign, a rose, in a romantic drama or a romantic comedy. When we see a rose in a film, we kind of know that there's probably someone in love in the film. The same way as we see someone with a gun in a film, we can connote, we can kind of work out that actually someone's going to get hurt here, someone's going to get shot or killed, there's going to be some violence. So that's kind of what semiotics is. We kind of identify what we can see and hear in a film, and then we can kind of work out the meanings, why they've been used. And that's the cornerstone of media study. So we're going to look at this today very slowly. First thing I want you to do is read through the slides. It's all pretty simple stuff so far. The first task is to think about semiotics in everyday life. So it's not just within film that we use semiotics. We use it in everyday life. You use it all the time and you're not even aware of it. Okay, we live in a world of different signs, and our brains are able to process what they mean pretty instantly. So, for example, look, road signs, everyday semiotics. So we get all these road signs as we're driving along in a car, or when we're in a science lab. We see all these signs, and our brains are able to work out what they mean. So the first task I'd like you to do is just describe what you can see in these road signs. So you're going to denote them and then connote them, work out the connotations. What do they mean? When you see this sign here, what's it actually telling you? Okay, so describe and then tell me the meaning. So you've got 5 of those to do. And that's going to set us up for looking actually at signs in films. So a sign in a film, like I've said, can be anything. It can be a prop, it can be an actual symbol, it can be the setting, it can be colour, it can be the sound effects, it can be the weather, it can be anything in a film. It can be classed as a sign. So just to begin with, have a look at these 3 signs here and have a think about 2 things. 1, what type of film might you see these signs in? I've kept them quite easy. You should be able to recognise them all. And 2, what do they make you think? So, for example, when you see I'll give you the clue, is a swastika, the symbol for the Nazis, you might think, oh, right. So that would clearly come up in a war film. But what does it make you think? Well, it makes me think of the Nazis, evil, concentration camps, bad guys, all these things here. When you see this sign on a character's hat or coat, you know they're going to be a bad guy in a film. They don't need to tell you they're the bad guy, you just know straight away. So have a think about these two here. Okay, this one and this one. And then we're going to start to look at a film trailer. So really simple stuff. We're going to look at what we can see, what we can hear, and the different colours in a particular film trailer. So I've chosen the film trailer for Venom. Okay, so it's a Marvel film. So I want you to watch the trailer and then just make a note of a couple of things that you can see, maybe one or two things that you can hear, so the sound effects, and sort of the main colours you can see as well, just one or two of those. All right, so we're going to denote those things. And then I want you to think about, okay, so what do those things make me think or feel? What do they tell me about the film? Maybe what do they tell you about the characters in the film as well? Now I just want you to put those ideas into this table. Okay, so I've done an example for you. So in the trailer, you'll hear, well, loud explosions. Right, so I've denoted that. Right, I can hear loud explosions. Okay, so what does that make me think or feel about the film? Well, it makes me think that the film's probably going to be violent, and it's probably going to have lots of fighting and action scenes. Okay, so really simple stuff. So I'd like you to maybe identify two things you can see, and kind of think about what do they tell you? What do they make you think or feel? And a colour as well. So try and choose the most prominent colour in the film. Okay, send me your work once it's done. You can do this on Word or Pages. It's up to you. Or you can do it straight from the PowerPoint. And email me if you're stuck. Okay, right. Look forward to seeing what you do. Thank you.